Meanwhile, there is a proposal for back-channeling talks to be held to help resolve the territorial dispute between the Philippines and China. The government is also being encouraged to sustain its protests against Chinese incursions and win the support of more countries on the dispute. Freddie Abando with the details.
May 1997, former Congressman Roque Ablan and the late Congressman Jose Yap planted the Philippine flag on one of the rocks at the Scarborough or Panatok Shoal to deliver the message, "It's our territory." It held at bay the increasing incursions of Chinese vessels in the area. 17 years later, the 81-year-old Solon from Ilocos Norte remembers then, which is being repeated more aggressively this time by China's actions of preventing local fishermen to fish for their livelihood.
It's the best fishing ground in the whole world. Just get a t-shirt, tie, and you can get all the fish that you would want to get. It is the only place where you can get in touch with anybody around the world with a ham radio.
China's actions has been repeated recently in the Ayungin Shoal in the Spratlys. Its 9-line basis to impose its control has been contested by the Philippine government with protests filed before the United Nations. March 30, the country's claim will be validated by a memorial to be submitted to the Tribunal of the International Court on the Law of the Seas. House Defense Committee Chairman Congressman Rodolfo Biazon urged the government to sustain its protests and win the support of its allies to contain China's strict.
Everybody who is affected, I am referring to countries who might be affected. Going to do it right by raising the tension some more. Mentions of battleships, mention of frigates, mentions of missiles, mention of strong combat power is not the answer to the question. The answer to the question is to awaken the world so that there must be a strong reaction from the international community in the sense that there must be a need for the world to make the rule of law primordial. Ayan ang sinasabi ko na. So here, I am supporting the actions of the President by filing protests, filing claims in accordance with the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea.
Former Speaker Jose de Venecia expressed support for the diplomatic tack by the Aquino government in resolving the dispute with China. To champion the joint exploration agreement between the Philippines and China to discover and develop the rich mineral and oil deposits of the area. That agreement was terminated in 2008. Former Congressman Roy Logolas, a former national security advisor of the Arroyo government, barred China backed out of the agreement. He said the disputed islands within 200 miles of the country's exclusive economic zone may be rich in oil deposits which China should have disclosed to the Philippines as a partner.
A negotiated political settlement might arise from such an initiative, from such a quiet, unpublicized, geopolitical, diplomatic initiative, without anyone losing face, without China losing face, or without the Philippines losing face.
Marami sila nakita na tayo, considering we do not have the technology, even if they give the data to us, maybe it will be very difficult for us interpret the data, and we also don't know whether yung data na ibibigay, yun na lahat yun.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.